Welcome back. Today our topic is overhead allocation. So if you remember, like in joint costing, we had three methods, remember? So the first one was physical output method, the second one was sales value at split off point, and the third one was uh, net realizable value, right? Similarly, in this topic, we also have three methods, okay? And what are they? They are direct method, right? The number one method is called direct method. What is direct method? I will just let you know in a while. So just let me write the methods first. Okay, the first one is called direct method. The second one is called step down method. Okay, and the third one is called reciprocal method. Okay, that's it. So remember what is overhead. Can you people write in the chat box what is overhead? Remember? If you merge all the indirect costs together, it is called overheads, right? Indirect material, indirect expenses, indirect labor. So what is prime cost? What is prime cost? When you merge all the direct costs together. So if you say direct material, direct labor, direct expenses together is called prime cost. Getting the story, everyone? So my friends, what is the difference between direct and indirect cost? The main difference is that direct cost can be easily traced to the final product, easily, right? Indirect cost cannot be easily traced. It's traceable but cannot be easily traced, right? So that's why we keep it aside, and once we charge the direct costs to the product, after that we do some exercise like this one we are doing, and then we charge to the product the overheads. If you remember, we have done absorption costing, we have done activity based costing, and we have done process costing, remember? So, and we have job costing, life cycle costing also. So all of the methods, they fight on the treatment of overheads. Getting the story? They don't fight on prime cost, because prime cost is easily traceable, right? So all methods have consensus on direct cost, but depends on the sector, depends on the business. We need to use different methods, and the treatment of overheads are depending on the methods. Anyways, let's start. So actually, when I'm talking about overhead allocation here and these three methods specifically, so we will say, okay, there is a company, you know, in a company there are different departments, right? Now those departments can be production or service, right? Some departments are producing the product, and some departments are helping the production departments produce the product, right or not? Okay, so this whole company is helping the product. I mean, this whole company is making that product, not only production departments. So basically, you know the situation is that we need to not only charge the cost from the production department to the product, we also need to bring the cost of those other departments which are not directly involved in producing the product to the product cost, because they were involved, right? Without their involvement, can production department produce the product? No. Like for example, if you talk about IT department, if you talk about maintenance department, if you talk about HR, you talk about the cafeteria, you know, admin department. So all these departments, they are supporting the production people so that they can produce the product. Got the point, everyone? So, there are some overheads within the production departments. These overheads which I am talking about right now, they are outside the production departments. Okay. So this is something very interesting, and it makes sense that when you are calculating the product cost, so the product cost should include the overheads from other support departments also. Otherwise, how you will calculate the product cost? I mean, if you don't consider the other departments cost, so what you will do? You will only take the production department cost. You will set a selling price which will be very low, and you will eventually make a loss, right or not? Because these other departments cost, where it will go? Who will pay this? Who will bear this cost? Getting the story, everyone? Please write yes in the chat box if you got the intro. So this is the intro of this topic, that why we are doing this topic actually. So we will bring the overheads from other departments which are not directly involved in production, and we will charge on the production departments. Okay, very nice. So let's start. So let me create a simple example for you before we start, okay, so that it's clear for you. For that, I will open this workings here. So assume, we have two example one. This is example number one. Assume we have two service departments which are S1 and S2, okay, and two production departments P1 and P2, right? Now see, service departments will give services to production departments, right? Like this. So S1 will give some service to P1 and P2. Similarly, S2 will give some service to P1 and P2. You can say maybe this is IT department, S1 is IT department, and S2 is HR department. Hearing it? P1 is maybe assembly department, and P2 is finishing department. Getting it? So then you need to know how much is their overheads. For example, I am telling you the overheads are 1000, 2, 3 and 4. Getting the story? These are their existing overheads. These are what? These are their existing overheads. So the overhead of P1 and P2, anyways, it will go to the product. Getting it? The overheads of the production departments are anyways, they will go to the product by using those different costing methods which we have done. Getting it? But what about the overheads of S1 and S2? They were supporting, right? So basically we need to transfer this 1000 and 2000 to the production department so that eventually it can go to the product. Okay. So my friends, now I am telling you, for example, we have 50% here and 50 here. Similarly, 60 here and 40 here. So this is the scenario. Okay. So S1 is giving 50-50 and S2 is giving 60-40. An examiner is asking you, use the direct method. Okay, use the direct method and allocate the overheads from service departments to production departments. Okay. Always remember, we don't allocate overheads from production to service. Never. We always allocate overheads from where? from service to production, because that is what our objective is, you know. If we allocate from production to service, this is opposite and this is not the correct treatment. I mean, I need to do what? What is my final objective? I need to calculate the product cost, and the product is in which department? The product is in production department or service department? Production, right? So what we have to do? We have to bring service cost to production, not vice versa. Okay? Very nice. So let's follow this example, and I will plot it on the Excel sheet for you. Okay? So I'm doing example number 1 with direct method. Okay? So I'm writing here example 1 and we are solving through direct method. Okay. So what I will do here, we will create some columns for S1, S2, P1, P2, right? And then I'm writing their relevant overheads here, 1000, 2000, 3000, 4000. Got it? Okay. So what is direct method? Very simple. You allocate the service overheads to production departments. Very simple. So for example, if I write here S1, how much is the overhead of S1? 1000, right? So I will say 1000 minus from here, right? So in what ratio I should allocate? Remember, it was 50-50. Remember, S1 is giving 50 to P1 and 50 to P2. So how much is 50 of 1000? 500, right? 500 here, 500 here. Nothing here. Why? Because S1 is not giving anything to S2. Right? Point to note here, which we will do in example number 2. Even if S1 is giving something to S2, we will still not charge in the direct method. This is called direct method. So in direct method, always remember, service departments overheads we don't charge to other service departments, even if they are giving services to each other. So this is called direct method. Why direct method? Because we directly charge service department cost to the production department. So I am writing here for you also so that you remember. Okay, directly charge service department overhead to production department. This is called direct method, right? So my friends, if I go for S2 now, S2, how much was S2? Minus 2000, right? In what ratio I have to allocate? 60-40. So how much is 60% of 2000? 1200, and the remaining is 800, right? So like this you will allocate for S2. Easy, difficult? Please write in the chat box. This is easy or difficult? So people are writing it's easy. It's not easy, my friends. It's very easy. This is very easy topic, right or not? Okay. So don't insult this topic by saying easy. This is very easy topic. Okay. Okay. One more thing you need to remember to just make sure that your calculation is done properly. So my friends, you need to make sure that overheads before allocation and overheads after allocation, they are same. It cannot be possible that before allocation the overhead was 10,000 and after allocation the overheads became 12,000. Getting the story? How this is possible, you know? Impossible. I mean, you know, you purchased some pizza. Okay, there are like normally 6 pieces, right? If you cut medium or large size pizza. So before there were 6 pieces, right? So in your family, you have 6 people, for example. Everyone will get one piece. So it is not possible that once you allocate those 6 pieces and they will become 7. Possible? Not right. Until and unless you cut further one of those pieces. Getting the story? Similarly here, please remember that before allocation and after allocation, the overhead should be same. So see how much was before allocation if I make a total column here for you. So before allocation it was 10,000, right? And after allocation it is how much? 10,000, same. So it means we have allocated it properly. Okay. Here of course it's like very simple to understand this. When we will come on reciprocal or step down, then you will see why this is so important to make sure this thing. Otherwise you can easily do a mistake. Anyways, so this was direct method, as simple as that. Let's see another example. One more thing. Based on the example which I have created for you, this example number 1, only we can use direct method. The only possibility we can use is direct method. We cannot use step down method in this type of scenario. We cannot use reciprocal method. Okay, why? Because step down method and reciprocal method, they comes in only when service departments are giving services to each other. In this example, if you see, service departments are not giving services to each other. So the only method available is which method? Direct method. Getting the story, everyone? Very nice. Let me create another example. We will do 3 examples in total. Okay. So let's see the next example. Example number 2. It will be same like this one. It will be same like I have written above here. Okay. So let me quickly plot this again. So my friends, now this is the situation. Okay, this is example number 2. I am not writing the amounts again. Amounts are same. Okay, like above 1000, 2000, 3000, 4000, like that. I will just change the percentage. So remember before we had 50% here, and here I also kept 50. Now instead of 50 I am keeping here 40. Okay, and here I am keeping the remaining 10. So it's becoming 100% or not? 50, 40, 10, how much total? 100%, right? And this one same like before. We had 40 and 60, right? So I will keep it same like that, 40 and 60. Okay, so the only difference is that S1 is giving 40% to P2 and 10% to S2, right? Now my friends, in example number 1 we only did direct method. In example number 2 we will do 2 methods now, which are applicable methods, you can say. If I ask you, for example, by looking at example number 2, which methods we can use? So the answer is we can use direct method and we can also use step down method. Okay. Now you will ask me, in which type of scenario we can also use the third method, which is reciprocal method, right? So what do you mean by reciprocal? Reciprocal means S2 will also give to S1, which is example number 3, which I will create after this one. Getting the story, everyone? So reciprocal method will come in when S2 is also giving back to S1. But in this case, this is not the case. That's why the only applicable methods we can use in example number 2 can be direct method, okay, and step down method. Okay. In the example number 1, we can only use direct method. So the information only allows us to use direct method, which we have done. Very nice. So direct method can be used in any scenario. True. Very nice. Excellent. Okay. Because in direct method, we don't care. I mean, first of all, even if service departments are serving each other or not, like in example number 1, you see. Now in example 2, although we will see now how direct method will operate. Okay. Yeah, it's possible. Okay. So it's possible. Let me create further examples and I will tell you. Okay. So let's go for example number 2, and we will see that how we can do example number 2 from direct method and step down method. Okay. So my friends, just to make it more simple, what I will do is I will take a snapshot here and I will keep there so we don't have to come here again and again. Okay, so let me create here this one. I hope it's clear. It's clear. Please write okay in the chat box if it is clear. So this is example number 2 which we are talking about now. Okay. So below this I will create for this one, first of all, direct method. Okay, this one, direct method. Example 2. Okay, very nice. So my friends, now we can take help from here to save time. Let me copy paste this here and I will remove all this. Okay. Now see, the situation is like this. Okay. Before allocation, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the amounts. Now when S1 will give the overheads, what we will do is basically, if I say minus 1000. So remember S1 is giving 10% to S2, right? But we will ignore it. We will ignore it. Remember I told you before, this is not applicable, my friends, not applicable. Not applicable means even if it is given to you, you will not take it because this is direct method. In direct method, you ignore any service which is given in between service departments. That's why it is called direct method. Getting the story? Again, why direct method is called direct method? Because we ignore inter-service department relationship. I hope you got the point. So what I will do here, I will write not applicable. Because not possible in this method that I allocate from service 1 to service 2. Now my friends, if I don't allocate, there is a problem. Why? Because 50% is going to P1, so what I will take here 500, and 40% is going to P2, so I will take 400. But if you total it, it will not become 0, right or not? It should become 0, right? Because we were allocating 1000, so but we allocated how much? Only how much? 900. So what we will do with this 100 extra, which was supposed to go to S2, where we kept not applicable. Getting the story, everyone? So the solution for this thing is that you need to calculate the remaining ratio. What do you mean by remaining ratio? I will show you. So what we'll do here, we will say 1000, right? Multiply by 50 because 50% is going to P1 divided by 90. What is 90 basically? Or if you want to write like this, I mean 50 plus 40 is how much? 90. This is called remaining ratio. So that we can allocate the total amount, Similarly here what you will do? You will say 1000 multiply by 40 because 40% is going to P2 divided by 90 because 90 is the total ratio which we have to use. Got the story, everyone? So see how much is coming? Nil. So we have allocated the full 1000 like this. Please write okay in the chat box if everything is okay. Now see, if you talk about S2, if you talk about S2, how much is S2? It was 2000, right? So this is simple like before, because there is no problem here, because S2 is giving 60% to P1 and 40% to P2. So very simple, like before, we can take the same answers, 1200 and 800. Okay, right, everyone? So this is the answer, my friends, and see, before allocation and after allocation, it is still 10,000. So, okay, before allocation and after allocation, the answer is still 10,000. It means it's everything is okay. So let's start the indirect method by using example number 2. Oh, sorry, not indirect method, the step down method. Okay. Now, what is step down method? You will understand it once I draw this again. So, see, in step down method, there will be one change only, one change. And what is that change? We will give to S2 also. We will give to S, because see, remember we were giving, S1 was giving to S2. In step down, we will consider this. In step down, we will consider this. How much? 10%, right? So, how much is 10% of 100? 100, sorry, 1100, right? And then 50 and 40, so 500, 400. Got the point, everyone? So this is the answer if you are using step down method. What I have done, see, what is the difference between these two methods? In direct method, we ignored the amount which was going to S2. In step down method, we have considered it, because in step down method, you consider the service department relationship. Got the point, everyone? Okay. Please write yes in the chat box if this is okay with you. Okay. By the way, we have to do one more amendment here. Okay, what is that amendment? If you see here, 100 is coming. This 100 should not come. So once you have allocated S1 to S2, so S2 figure is now how much? It is not 2000. It is how much? Updated, right? S2 figure will become how much? 2100. So when we will allocate S2, we will not allocate 2000 only. We have to allocate 2100. Got the story? Everyone. Again, let me remove this. Till here, I hope you are okay. So there were overheads 1, 2, 3, 4. 1000 we wanted to allocate. So we said okay, 10% is going here, 50 here, 40 here. Till here everything is okay. Right? After that, you got to know that I want to allocate S2 now. So S2 is no longer $2,000. S2 is now how much? 2100. Okay. So when you will allocate S2, you will allocate 2100. In the ratio, what is the ratio? 60% to P1, 40% to P2, right? So let me take 2100 into zero point 0.6 here and 2100 into 0 0.4 here. Okay. I hope it's clear with everyone. Please write yes in the chat box if it's okay. So what's the summary till now? The summary till now is, if you are using direct method, you ignore inter-service departmental relationships. If you are using step down method, you consider inter-service department relationship. Okay. Very nice. Let's move ahead with example number 3. So same thing again, S1, S2, P1, P2. Okay, now see, if you see till here, it's same like before, whatever I have drawn. 50, 40, 10. Same, right? Like before. And then I am saying you that 40% here, right? 40%. And 60 was going to P1, remember? 60 was going to P1. And now I am making that 40%. Instead of 60, I am making that 40%. So where is the remaining 20? The remaining 20, this is the new thing. Let me create this with another color so you remember. Okay, let's take this one. So 40%, see, instead of 60, I wrote how much? 40. And what is the new change here? This line. And the remaining 20 is coming here. Got the difference between this 2 and 3? Okay. What is the new thing? The new thing is that S2 is also giving some services back to S1. Okay. In this type of scenario, we can use all the three methods. In this type of scenario, we can use all the three methods. Okay, so just writing here, we can use direct, we can use step down also, we can use reciprocal also. Okay, and by the way, if this is the situation, an examiner is asking you in this type of situation, which method should be used? Okay, so you will say reciprocal method. What you will say? Reciprocal method, my friends. In this type of situation, which method is more appropriate? Reciprocal method. Okay. If examiner is giving you this type of situation, example 2, he is asking you in this type of situation which method is most appropriate. So you will say step down method. Getting the story, everyone? And definitely here examiner is asking you which method is appropriate. So the answer is direct method, because that is the only method we can use in this situation. Okay, got it? These are questions in exam, by the way. Like this they will ask you. Let me copy this again and we will use it to solve our question. Okay. So just write okay if it's clear with you, this these figures. So we are doing example number 3 now. And example number 3 we will do from all three methods. All three. Okay. So first of all we will do from direct method. Let's see how we can do this. I will just copy paste this. So my friends, if you focus here now, direct method. Okay, direct method. So can anyone tell me in the chat box that what we will do here? So my friends, if we are using direct method, right? What we will do, we will ignore inter-service department relationship, right? So when I am taking this 1000 from S1, this is not applicable. Like before, remember I told you, not applicable. We cannot give anything to service department from service department in direct method. Okay. So what we will do is the same we did before. Remember, it was 50 by 90. because 50% is going to P1 and 40% is going to P2. So if we ignore this 10% which is going to S2, so remaining percentage is how much? 50 plus 40, which becomes 90. So I will take 1000 multiply by 50 by 90 here, and I will take 1000 into 40 by 90 here. Got the point? Okay. Now, if you talk about S2, so this 2000 we have to allocate now, right? Again, same concept. This 20% which is going from S2 to S1 you will ignore, right? What you will consider? Only P1 and P2. So see how much is going to P1 and how much is going to P2? 40, 40. So how much is the total remaining percentage? 40 plus 40, which is 80. So what I will do, I will say 2000 into 40 by 80. Getting it? And same here. 2000 into 40 by 80. Got the story, everyone? Please write yes in the chat box if you got this point. And this is also not applicable here. Okay. Very nice. Now we will do the same scenario. Example number 3 from step down method. Okay. Example 3, huh? Example number 3 from step down method. Okay. Let me copy this here. And let me remove this. So my friends, this is the situation. And let me hide this, so I will unhide it later on, so we can see the scenario above. Right? This is clear. So my friends, focus please, focus. In step down method, what I told you, that you will consider inter-service department relationship, right? Now see, in this scenario, both departments are giving to each other, right? S1 is also giving to S2, S2 is also giving to S1, right? So the question is which one to start with. This question will only come in step down method, that which service department to start with. Okay, because this is confusion. I mean, shall I start from S1 or S2? Why? Because when you will start with a particular service department, you cannot return back. Okay, like step down means when you are stepping down, maybe from stairs, so the situation here is you cannot step up again. So once you have stepped down, you cannot go back. Okay, remember this. So because of this reason, selection of the service department is very important. Okay. Now see, in exam, examiner will most probably tell you which service department to start with. Okay. If examiner is silent, which is very rare, you will see in MCQs also, examiner will always tell you which service department to start with in this type of situation. If examiner is silent, you will select that service department which has more overheads. Which service department you will select? Which has more overheads. In this scenario, which service department has more overheads? Very nice. So we will start from S2, not S1. Got the story, everyone? Okay. Very nice. So my friends, let's start with the S2 first. Then we will go with S1. Okay. Now when I am starting with S2, how much it is? Minus 2000, right? So I will go to S1, no problem. Because this is step down method, I will consider inter-service relationship. So how much S2 is giving to S1? 20%, right? So I will say 2000 into 20%, right? And how much? 40, 40, right? So 2000 into 0.4 here. And same here, right? 800, same. Like this, we will allocate S2 first. This is called step down. Now we are down. Now we have stepped down. We cannot step up again. What does that mean? It means that, my S1 updated figure is how much now? My S1, my S1 updated figure is how much now? 1400, right or not? Okay. So the point here is when I will allocate this 1400, I cannot allocate back to S2. Focus. Although if you see in this picture above, S1 is giving 10% to S2, right or not? See, S1 is giving 10% to S2, but you will not allocate. Why? Because this is step down method. In step down method, we only do this exercise one time, and that's why selection of the service department is very important. So you start with one of the service departments and then you don't go back again to that service department. Okay. So basically here you will write not applicable. Getting the story, everyone? We cannot allocate back to S2. We are sorry. Okay. So what we will do basically, we will take the remaining ratio. So S1 is giving 50 here, 40 here. Remember. So 50 by 90, 40 by 90. That you will do now. So 1400 into 50 by 90 and 1400 into 40 by 90. This is the answer if you are following step down method in example number 3. But there is a problem here. I don't know why, what happened. Let's see. Because I think the formula is not updated. Yeah, because this will be like this now. Right? Anyways, so see, the overhead before allocation and after allocation should be same. Remember I told you. So it should be 10,000 before and after both. See, 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, 10,000. See, 10,000, 10,000. So what is step down method? Consider service department relationship. Okay. Starting with one of them. Okay. But can't return back overheads, okay, to the service department from where we started. So this I wrote for you so you remember. See, consider service department relationship starting with one of them, but you can't return back overheads to the service department from where you started. So this is the explanation of step down method. Now we go to reciprocal method, which is basically applicable for this type of scenario. Let me hide this one again. Okay, so you can unhide later on also. Okay, so this is the scenario example number 3 we are doing, and we are doing through reciprocal method. Very nice. My friends, reciprocal method is also called algebraic distribution method, because in this, we will use x and all those things. We have to create equation, algebraic equation. Okay, so whenever you have this type of situation in which there is inter-service departmental relationship and both are giving to each other, in this case the better method to use is reciprocal instead of step down method. Okay, because if you use step down method in this situation, it is a little bit controversial because you are not considering the other side, which was basically S1 was giving back to S2 also, so you ignored it. Getting the story? If examiner is asking you what is the limitation of step down method, what you will write? You will write, if there is a scenario in which there is inter-service department relationship in which both service departments are giving services to each other, Step down method cannot tackle it properly, right? Because you will start with one of them and then you will not come back. So this is a limitation of step down method. And what is the solution? Go for reciprocal. Got the point, everyone? Please write yes in the chat box if you got this story. It is also called algebraic distribution method. It is called okay. But examiner will not use this word. He will use reciprocal method. Okay. Now, my friends, let's start. So first of all, before we create the overhead distribution sheet, this is called overhead distribution sheet. So before we create this, we need to make equations and we need to solve the equations. Getting the story? Okay. So let me go back to here this page, okay, and I will create the equation here easily. So see, first of all, let's create equation for S1. Okay, remember how much was the figures? 1000, 2000, 3000, 4000, right? So if I say how much is S1, what you will tell me? You will tell me S1 is $1,000 plus 20% of S2, right or not? Okay. S1 is how much? S1 is 1000 plus 20% is coming from where? S2. If I want to create the equation for S2, what you will say? S2 is 2000 plus 10% of S1, right? S2 is how much? S2 is 2000 plus 10% is coming from where? S1. So these are two equations you have to create. Now, my friends, very simple, we need to solve it. What we can do is either way, either you keep in this equation in this one or this equation in this one, both will give you same answers. Okay, so this is the good thing about algebra, let's see. So let's keep it simple and we will say okay, this is equation number 1 and this is equation number 2. So I say okay, putting equation number 2 in equation number 1, right? What is equation number 1? Let me change the color a little bit. Take this one. So what is equation number 1? S1 is equals to S1 is equals to $1,000 plus 20% of S2. Of means multiplication. Now what is S2? What is S2? This total thing is S2. Right or not? My friends. What is S2? Instead of writing S2, I will open up a bracket and I will write 2000 plus 10% of S1. Bracket close. Now see, in this equation you have S1, S1. So we can solve it. If we need the answer for S1, we can solve it, right? So let's solve it. So we will write, okay, S1 is equals to 1000 plus, if we open the bracket, what will happen? 20% into 2000. Multiply that. How much will come? 20% into 2000. 400. How much? 400, right? 400. And then see, this is plus plus. So plus plus is how much? Plus. Then you have 20% and 10%. How do you multiply? You will say 0.2 into 0.1 in your calculator. It will become 0.02. So 0.02 S1. Got it? Okay, now we will bring S1 on the other side, okay, to solve it. So I will say, okay, S1 minus 0.02 S1. I hope you know when plus will go on the other side, it will become minus. And this we can solve as 1400. If nothing is written here, what is the answer here? See, nothing is written here. It means how much S1? 1, right? So 1 S1 minus 0.02 S1, how much? 0.98. How much? 0.98. S1 is equal to 1400. If I need S1, what I will do? I will bring this 0.98 on the other side and it will be divided. Right? Why divided? Because over here this is multiplied, right? I hope you know this thing. This is multiplied here, right? So when I will take it on the other side, I will divide. Okay, if you don't know algebra, so message me personally and I will try to teach you algebra. Okay, this is what I can do for you. So 1400 divided by 0.98, how much? It is 1428.5 something, 1429, right? 1429, right? Now see, S1 is 1429. It's no longer 1000. It's no longer. Remember, S1 was before how much? 1000. Remember, S1 is how much? 1000. But after this calculation, we got to know that S1 is not 1000. It is how much? It is $1429. Because we got the portion from S2 also now. Got the story? Now we will solve for S2, which is very simple. We can put this S1 answer in equation number 2. Okay, so what I will write here? I will write here putting S1 into equation number 2. And what was equation number 2? Remember? Equation number 2 is, let me change the color again. For S2, I will use another color. Let me take this one. So S2 was, remember how much? What is equation number 2? 2000 plus 10% of S1, right? So 2000 plus 10% of, just give me a minute. So my friends, we have a question that when we know already that S1 is 1000 and S2 is 2000, so why we are creating these equations, right? So the answer is that we are using reciprocal method, and when we will solve reciprocal method, we need to know exactly how much share of S1 is with S2 and how much of share S2 is with S1. So we don't have to worry about it. Later on when we will create overhead distribution sheet, so remember when we create overhead distribution sheet here, so I do this exercise here. This exercise we will not do now when we will solve reciprocal method. Okay, so here we will not write anything. Getting the story? I mean, we no need to worry that how much is going to S2, how much is going to S1, because we are already doing it in equation. Okay, so this will be clear with you when I will create overhead distribution sheet here. So just wait for a while and then this question will be answered. Okay, so my friends, let's go back to the PDF. Okay, now see the 10% of 10% of S1. Okay, so 2000 plus 10% S1, how much? 1429. Getting the story? Because we already got to know that S1 is how much. So can you tell me how much it will become? I think it will be 143, right? Yeah, 143. So it will become 2143. 2143. Right or not? So S2 is how much? 2143. Okay. So S2 is 2143 and S1 is 1429. Let me go to the Excel sheet and write this here. Okay. So let me remove all this here. And also I have to update these two figures. Now see, uh, S1 was how much? 1429. Okay. And S2 is how much? 2143. Now you will argue with me that the overhead is now no longer 10,000. Right or not? Everyone. I hope you got this point. Overhead is no longer 10,000, right? But it is 10,000. Just wait for a while. Overhead is still 10,000, huh? What we have done here, basically, this exercise, I will let you know in a while. In 1 minute, you will understand what happened actually. Now see, when I will allocate S1, okay, so you don't need to worry about S2 anymore because we already got the share. They got their shares from each other in these figures. So basically S1 is no longer 1000, S2 is no longer 2000. So they have some element, see, some element from each other. Now I will write here minus 1429. Okay, this is not applicable because I have already considered it in the equation. P1 and P2 we will take like remaining ratio. Remaining, no, not remaining ratio. We will take remaining ratio or not? Yes, remaining ratio. No, now you will not take remaining ratio. Ask me why. Because if you took the remaining ratio, you will increase the overhead. I mean the overhead will become 10,572. But we need the overhead how much? 10,000. Okay. So you will just take the remaining percentage like as it is. So 1429 multiply by 50%. That's it. Directly. Right? I am not doing 50 by 90 like I used to do before. Remember 50 by 90, 40 by 90. No. 1429 into 40%. That's it. Getting the story? Same here. 2143 if I want to allocate. Here I will say not applicable. Okay. And 2143 into, now see how much S2 was giving to P1. Remember 40-40. They were giving 40-40, right? So into 0.4 and again 2143 into 0.4. See how much is coming, my friends. See the magic. This is the magic for you. The magic is in green color. Please write yes in the chat box if you got the point. So basically we have allocated 10,000. It's 10,001 because of decimal discrepancy. I mean if you take here maybe 1428 or something, exactly that figure which is coming in the calculator. So you will exactly get 10,000 here. Again, let me recap for you so you understand it. In reciprocal method, we have created equations. Because of the equations, if you see here the blue colors, these figures are automatically updated. Okay, but I mean don't confuse yourself that the overheads are increased because the overheads are still 10,000, my friends. They are not 10,572. They are still 10,000. But after allocation, you see they are 10,000 or not. This is the confirmation of your answer. That how you have, this is the art of reciprocal method actually. Getting the story, everyone? So to get these four figures which are very important, if I highlight them in maybe blue, and I created bold. So these four figures, To get these four figures, we have done all this exercise. Getting the story? And if you total all this together, you will get 10,000. So the most important mistake you can do here is that you take the remaining ratio, because you already used to take the remaining ratio. Remember, 50 by 90, 40 by 90, 40 by 80. So that thing, if you did, you will do a mistake. So you got to know, in algebraic method, you don't take the remaining percentage thing. You just take whatever is there, the percentage, and you will get the answer. Okay, please write yes in the chat box if everything is okay. So my friends, now let me show you uh, where you can find your questions to do some practice. Go to page number 48 in the study support package I have shared with you, and you can do MCQ 87 till 95. Okay, if you have any issue, you can ask me. Okay, no problem, we will clear your issues. So do one thing, again solve everything which we have done in the class at least two times, so that you know you are able to grasp it properly, and then you can easily complete all these questions which are in your package. Okay, so this is the conclusion of this topic.